Welcome back, guys, to a new video. This is gonna be part 17. Last part, we basically just explained what UV unwrapping is, how it helps us, and I showed you a little bit of how we do it. This video will concentrate on actually unwrapping most of the bodies. Um, I probably won't finish it all in one video because it's a little tedious process, but I promise it will be worth it, and I promise that it's actually helpful for you to actually follow this through because overall UV unwrapping means quite a lot, texturing and like the whole process of creating a model. So with this being said, another thing I wanted to say is that I thank you guys so much. First of all, for clicking on the video. I thank you so much that you subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, please think about it. But anyway, I thank you at least for giving this video a try, and also just like always, please leave a comment with how you would prefer these videos to be, what do you think about the series, and if there are any advices or maybe anything else you would like to see, and maybe I could help you with that. So please, if you want, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and share this video with your friends so that we actually grow this community. So with this being out of the way, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so having all this, let's actually do it for the rest of the bodies, right? So we can go, for the simpler bodies, like the window up here, which already is kind of simple. So U smart UV project, and it's going to do a perfect thing, and then UV test it. That's it. That's all you have to do to it, and it's gonna work. It just works. Also, the doors for the wagons, basically the same. U smart UV, and there we have it. Well, there is this is the main one, and I was not looking at it, which is why we couldn't see the edit mode. But it's right here, and it's doing really, really a good job. We won't see it anyway too much, but there it is. This door, I mean, honestly, doesn't have almost anything on it to begin with, but let's say it does. So let's actually go for a smart UV project. There you have it. And with that being said, let's also put the UV test on it just to know it's done. It's over with. This one, unwrap it. Let's press the OK, and let's also save. Alright, UV test. There we have it. Perfect. Perfection. Alright, to the curves, we can already put materials, which will look good by their nature. Oh, this doesn't look good actually. Ooh. Oh, these are not. These are cylinders, aren't they? Okay, I didn't realize that. And the reason this doesn't look good. Let's see. It's actually I never tried this. Let's see if the UV understands what it has to do. Because it might not. It kinda did. I did. It totally did. It understand it. Let's see if we actually can find a better spot though. So dash to have only these, and what I'm saying by the better spot is what you have to do in this case. It's exactly what we did to the cylinder. Choose one edge, and that edge will be sacrificed to become our seam. Mark as seam, and U and unwrap. And oh, that doesn't work. Oh yeah, because we didn't do the top and bottom. But that's easy to do. I thought for some reason Blender did it for us, and I was just like, yeah, it's fine. Okay, and this could work, but if you ask me, it's not working that well. Actually, kind of does. We can also cut this geometry out because again, this goes into the floor, but also into the curve, so we will never really see it. There's no reason to stay there. Yeah, one way we could be doing something about it, but I don't really think it's a great idea because this sim will easily be seen. It's making a much better job. Well, that's a given, really. But the problem is this will be easily seen by the viewer, and it's also something we don't really want to do. Also, if you press Control undo, apparently it's gonna get you out of the uh, dash button mode, so the focus on the object mode, as I call it. All right, everyone. So doing this. Right, we have these unwrapped now, and let's get out of here. Give this to the curve as well, and again, it's going to look pretty good. Okay. Yeah, again, we will not take those on because those are a little more complex. We take only the simple ones for now. We stick, to the smart UVs. Smart UVs are good. Smart UVs like us, we like them. Look how beautiful this looks. This will be pretty good. And yeah, also doing this. Kind of like this. Good. Wait, it doesn't have any kind of modifier on it? Oh no, it does have the bevel. Okay. I was actually curious on how it looks like that without any modifier. Actually, this is a pretty interesting challenge for the Smart UV project. Oh, I think it did a pretty good job actually. I thought it's gonna mess it up, to be honest with y'all. It did an amazing job, Jesus. Okay, nice. Well, we do have. So apparently they did choose to have a seam right in the middle, I guess. I think. Is it because of that, or is it because of the... Let me check something out, actually. I'm pretty interested in that. If we apply the mirror, you have to make the object a single data object for that. And if we apply the mirror, it does change the UV unwrap. And the question is, does it look better? Oh, it does look. It looks much better. Okay, so we have to mirror it. Mirror before. Usually I didn't do that. And my objects were fine. We're looking okay. But I do see the problem. Because if you do keep the mirror, um, that will basically mirror also the unwrap with it. And that's not good because it's going to make, uh, artifacts, which we don't want because will look pretty ugly. So let's actually not do that. Okay, I'm good with that. So we have this, and also we'll have to. But again, to apply the mirror, we need to make every single one of those, singular objects, like basically copying them with Shift D. That's basically what's happening here. And we have this, and then we Smart UV project, and we got this, and this will happen. Well, um, I'm gonna do this for all the clamps, and come back to you. All right, so here we go. So basically, I already said a lot of those. We're going to do the Smart UV project first, like I just said in the intro. So first, let's actually start with a plate here. Don't forget, if you have a auto mirror modifier, like a modifier that actually impacts our geometry here, apply it first because we will need this to, not have that anymore. And then just make sure the scale is applied, and edit mode, A to select all, and not unwrap, sorry, Smart UV project. And there we go. And actually to see everything, because I didn't realize again, the UV project is here. And also let's activate again the display stretch, and look at that, that's beautiful. That's perfect actually. And of course, we can also assign the UV test just to make sure, the UVs look good. Again, don't stress about this part. This is normal to happen because, well, it's the edge, so it's gonna look like that. Good. For the curves, um, actually, for now, I never used curves to baking before, to bake materials on them. So I don't know exactly if I have to do them as a mesh. If you guys know, just write in the comments. But for now, we're gonna leave them as they are. And in case we need to do that, we'll do it at the end. It's not a big deal. Curves, anyway, have a pretty good, as you can see, unwrapping by themselves. So we're pretty good with that. And also do this. And that's how they look. Perfect. Also, these here, make sure you can scale them, and then apply the solidify modifier, because that's important. And then this is on the X, so it's probably doing this one, and then this is on the Y, and it's probably doing this one. For this, it shouldn't matter, because this is not affecting our geometry. It just affects, the other bodies. So, Smart UV project, there we are, and that's how it looks. Oh, that's a heart. How cute. And now UV test to see how it looks. And it actually looks pretty good. Again, UV Unwrap does a pretty good job, usually. There are moments when I would personally not recommend it. But, other than that, I think it's doing a good enough job. And yeah. Let's actually first apply the UV test so we see how this looks without the Smart UV, and that's how it looks. And now Smart UV project, and this is actually not doing a really good job, and I think that's because it's not really cutting what we need it to. So because of that, let's dash to have this view. And do we have faces here? We do. Huh, that's a mistake. Let's not have the faces. We don't need the faces. Because as we talked a lot of times, we don't need those. So select these, Control E, and we'll mark them as a seam. And also choose this part right here, the down part. So for these, is gonna be exactly this part that goes into the train. You won't see it. And for these, is gonna be this one, which again goes to the train. You won't see it. So it's actually perfect to put a seam on because it's going to hide the imperfections, sorry, just as we want them to. And also doesn't look perfectly well. And I don't really enjoy that. And the reason for it, really, if you ask me anyway, it's that it would need one more seam. And if we do that, wait, did that not do anything? Okay, that's interesting. Let's delete that. And let's try maybe rotating this. Well, maybe, rotating it to 90. Don't get me wrong, like the the mapping doesn't look bad or anything, but it's like kind of just annoying me. And yeah, it's not working this way. So we could actually just leave it this way. Because again, it's not exactly a problem. Like the way it looks right now, it's pretty okay. It's just I have an issue with it looking like this. And if we Control E to mark this seam, and also Control E to mark this one as a seam, A U to unwrap, and then we'll have not something that helpful actually, which I don't love, to be precise. And I'm trying to this didn't help either. Yeah, no, so they will look like that, but they're not stretched. Because again, when you see them here, it's, dark blue, which means the material is going to look okay. It just, well, the way this goes. For a cylinder, anyway. Alright. Okay, having this done now, we press the dash button. This one is a curve again. Just apply the UV test and it's going to do pretty good. It's almost just like this one, just because it's elongated. Really, it's nothing more than that. So again, don't get scared of it. It's okay. Materials should be okay. Wait, this one, go into edit mode. Almost the same thing. And again, we did not, let's go to dash. We did not delete the faces. And this is just for, having less geometry in there. And actually now we know that Smart UV Project did a good job. So, we leave it. I think it's a good idea. And UV test. And actually, you can see now, this one looks much better because it's a smaller um, cylinder. So, it's not creating a problem. I'm trying to realize where the seam is, and actually it's really well seamed because I cannot really notice it. I think it's on the back, I hope. I can't. Huh? Is it? No, it's not here. I don't know. Which is a good thing because that means, I mean, you barely notice them to begin with, but you know. This one, well, all of them are really meshes. That's as let's actually get to the dash because I think, oh no, we don't have the caps on this one. And actually and this is how they look right now. And let's see what the UV project will do. Oof, 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 oof. Not the best. Definitely not the best. They're still stretched. A little bit, but not something to write home about, that's for sure. Um, all right. Uh, let's actually see if this will take us a long time. Let's actually see if this works, if this one works well. And I think this one is this, or at least it should be, right? Yeah, this is the one. So apparently it's still stretching a little bit. One thing we could do. Alright, so what it would need would be to, I think, unwrap this part here. So, because it would help it not to, no, it's still not helpful. Um, it would help it to stretch less. Okay, so this helps because the head there is not looking too great. So also this one should also help. Okay. So how does the UV test look on you? Oh, it's actually pretty good. So this is also a thing, even if that seems to be a little stretched, but the UV looks like it's actually doing a good job, like it's not, horrible or anything. This works. Like this here doesn't work. These here don't work, but this is okay. This does its job perfectly well. So let's do the rest of them, just like I did this one. Of course, for this part, I will speed up. So see you on the other side. All right, there we are. This looks very nice. Good. We just unwrapped a big part of our train. I'm kidding. No, we did not yet. Um, Good. So, one thing I wanted to say, it would have been much easier if we did this before we did a whole, um, screw thing. I forgot how the function is called. I'm sorry. Spin. Sorry, it was spin. Right. But well, there are two reasons I didn't do that. First, I did not realize. Secondly, though, because there is actually a second reason. It's also because I think this is actually really helpful for you guys to learn. Um, and a lot of the times, sometimes I actually did mistakes because I didn't realize. But there are a lot of times when I did mistakes and I left them in. So again, I don't say those mistakes are on purpose. I'm saying I make a lot of mistakes while I'm editing. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but this should not discourage you. You know, this happens. It's just important to know, how to fix them. That's really the main point. Uh, how you fix them, and if you know that, I mean, you're pretty much good to go. Um, but I did leave them in, and look how cool this is. See, that's not stretching. That's just, I mean, just will look like that for those ones. Make sure you have the scale on. Please save. Don't forget to save because again, if you don't, it might crush your soul, and I don't want that. Okay, let's go on this one. This face should not exist because we will never actually see it, and I press F3 instead of 3, of course. Right, so what I was saying was, a lot of times I would leave the mistakes in because I want you guys to know how to solve them if you ever get into that situation. Also, the spin thing, I would have still left it in because the whole point was for me to show you, how to use different tools to get to the results you wanted. Because, you might apply the spin tool, for example, for, way more other stuff than we just did. And I think it's important for you to see that. Let me see if, right, if these will help. Oh yeah, but I also have to, actually select something. Okay, so this works, but we need to scale it way down. Mm. All right, so this doesn't affect it. This does. Yeah, no, we'll leave it as it is. It's fine. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm using, I think I talked about. Oh no, I did not talk about it yet. Sorry. So this is an add-on called UV Squares. UV Squares is basically a free add-on. It does not come with Blender, but it's free. You can take it. The link will be in the description of this video, as always. And it basically helps us with all those annoying non-rectangular, UVs, which will look, uh, they will not necessarily be, wrong, but they will just look weird. So to fix that, this basically with just one little press of a button will basically turn your annoying rounded UV into a nice rectangle. So just think about it. I think it's cool. Okay, now we have this ready as well. Let me see. Is there? What about this? How's this gonna go? Okay, let's see what the smart UV does about it. Looks pretty good to me. Let's see it here, and well, this one says it's fine, so I will just take its word. We could, in theory, actually just go on you know backside of it, but I don't think that's actually necessary. I think it looks good, and this will actually look good while we material it, so it's fine. Um, Again, you have to also look on how the this is why we use the UV test, or at least I do. I know there are a lot of artists that don't necessarily use it all the time, mostly for characters and stuff. I use it a lot of the time because I think it's a good way to kind of preview how the materials will go on your bodies. Either they are, affected or not. That's a second part. So now we have this right here. Uh, is this intersecting itself or something? Let me go to 3. Oh, it's clipping, which is fine. Well, I mean, we have the clipping on, which is good. Let's apply the mirror then. Um, what's going on here? This is weird. So it does have the face, but it doesn't show me the what? Okay. I remember I did see this kind of. I think it's a bug, really. I don't know what this is other than a bug. To be totally honest with you. Um, so I'll presume it's a little bug. Yeah, no, it has to be, I guess, because otherwise I can't really understand it. So what did we select? All right. Actually, let me undo the subdivision because it's much easier to see the edges. And I do recommend doing that. It's easier to see the edges you need to select. So, if you have the possibility, do that. Let's mark these seams. And, oh, we need to do the same for, right, it's not mirrored anymore. I just talked about it and I just forgot that. Great. Also, mark seam and unwrap. How are we doing? Oh, no. Okay, this is super stretched. And it's right about here. What exactly is it that's doing that? It's the real question though, right? Wait, is that just a Oh, okay, I see why. Now I understand what this problem was from the get-go. It's just one plane, so it basically just sees it as so, as such. Sorry. Well, let me actually try something. I'll take it from here till, not till there, just till here. Control C, mark it as a seam, and let's unwrap it like this. I just want to test it out. I don't think it's going to work, but it's definitely doing something. I don't think it's doing exactly what we want it to, but it's doing something, that's for sure. Alright. And this, because we will not see that either. Not really help too much, did it? Is this? What's going on here? Yeah, no, this is, I think, because of this, and I don't like that. So, there's a problem with this, actually. Apparently, I didn't realize it. So let's actually turn off this mirror for a second there. Because this one doesn't have, I think, solidify modifier might do its job on this one. But it has to be a very small one. So if we apply the scale, which apparently the scale was also not applied, so that's not great. 1 millimeter. Let's see what that does. All right, doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. And what about if we mirror it? But I still don't really like this idea. Like thinking about it, right? Why would this happen? Because the oh, I should have extruded this mesh. That's why, and I did not, did I? I think that's a problem. Do you guys agree? I hope you do, because if you don't, well, I actually don't know. So let's actually extrude it a tiny little bit, kind of about there, and see what we get. Also, let's turn off, actually don't turn off the clipping, just GY and move it a little bit. Did that work? Did that? No, it still didn't. Because we deleted everything anyway. And now that's the middle, that's the perfect middle. Of course, that's gonna be the middle as well. Yeah, that's probably what's happening, isn't it? But now it shouldn't anymore, right? Like, the middle should be... No, it would still happen. Yeah. because this is gonna now be the middle. I just, made it a little thicker. This doesn't mean it's helping by any means. So I think the solidify is the answer for this. I hope. I am not 100% sure on this one. At least not yet. So first things, we save. This is what we do. And apply the modifier. Apply the solidify modifier, see if this creates us any problems. And this is gonna be a little harder to notice, honestly, and I don't like that. I am not a fan of that. Alright, so coming back. So what was the problem? There were a few things that were bugging me, and you'll understand upon once I show you this. So when we go to solid mode, and we look here, all I did was get this face. So let me take this off. All I did was take these faces, not extrude them, but move them on the Y a little bit, and deactivate the clipping of the first mirror to do so that we create a little bit of distance. So when we mirror them, that will create a solid body, not just a plane. Okay, good. That being done, when you will apply the scale, if you have Blender 4.0, I think mine is Blender 4.0.2 or 1.2 or something, which I do know Blender 4.0 has some bugs. I heard of that, but apparently when I apply the scale, this happens, which I don't understand why this is. And even weirder than this, if I deactivate all the modifiers, this happens. It's like the mesh is destroyed, right? It looks bad, but when you go to the materials, it looks good. And if we apply back all the modifiers, this looks okay. This looks exactly like it should. For some reason, I don't know, Blender just glitches these. I can't exactly explain why. I guess they're just bugs, but they're definitely annoying. And now I hope you laughed at the joke I made earlier about haha bugging. Haha, that's so funny, isn't it? All right, so first actually make sure again the rotation and the scale is applied. Apply the mirror because we'll need to do that, and all of them are selected because we did select them before applying the mirror. How cute is that? Mark them as seams. You unwrap, and is this still there? It is, and it is actually looking really nice. Let's go to material. Let's go to UV test. So the big problem was exactly what we had earlier. And let me show you how we can fix something like this. Again, it's not bad. This is gonna look absolutely okay. It's kind of the same with the cylinders. But what you can do to make it look even better and look, kind of like here, if you take this right here, mark it as a seam, and unwrap it one more time. Did we unwrap it? We did not. Now we did. See, this looks now much more like all the others because now basically, so think about it this way. So remember when I explained you how the unwrapping works, and you have a box, you cut it so that it stays level on a plane. Well, basically, this is exactly what this does as well. This part here was still basically a circle. So because of that, it couldn't really do it any other way. Like it was looking alright, but it was not doing it too good. So actually we have some stretches, right? Right about here. And why would that be happening? Oh, I know why. Because we can also do this. Again, do it in zones that you don't think it's going to actually show up too much. And I think this one should be one of those that it would help, or at least I do hope so. And apparently there are still some zones where it doesn't like it, and I think it's on the other side, which does make a lot of sense actually. And you could actually do the entire thing. I don't know, is this the one we, yeah, this is the one we used. So we can take actually the entire thing, get it all the way up till here, not till there. Okay, mark it as a seam, you unwrap, And now all of them look, oh, not all of them. The wonderful world of unwrapping. Wait, what was there? Are we? We don't have overlap geometries, all right. But what's that? We don't have those. Why do we have? Well, they were. Well, this is. Wait, what? Excuse me. Oh, right, because when we did mirror this, okay, let's actually, oh, we applied it now. God damn it. It's fine. When we applied the mirror and when we had the mirror, right, we actually still had these faces in here. It's what we created when we, well, did our little trick to get the thickness in. And as you can see, this is not gonna go without a fight. Now, if we try to do this, it's not gonna like it. So, how we fix it? We just go back. Hopefully, we can go back. And we can't. That's amazing. What can I say? Well, easy to fix. So, we just basically redo every single little step that we did so far. We delete all these vertices, no problem. We will basically put the mirror back as it was, no problem also. Put it right there. And now when we do that, right, because we know this is actually going to create us a problem, we will delete those faces. All right, so found the problem. So the problem was when I did extrude, uh, so no, actually when I moved the face in the middle, so actually let me show you right here. Let me unclick the middle here. So this one, this and the one up here don't have to be at the same level on the y-axis because this has to be the middle. In here, inside of it, right, has to be separated, sorry, separatists. Yeah, I do Star Wars a lot. And basically this is what we get. Select these three edges, just like we did previously, and also like we did previously, select the bottom one here, and this is what you get, which is perfect, which is actually super good. And also, as you can see, the UV looks great. So let's save this and let's get forward with it. Press the dash button, and we'll also see this. That's actually super nice. All right. Can we do anything else? Well, we might try to do this, which is actually on this side. Okay, so first, scale, apply the scale. And I think the first thing we should be doing, this is the mirror, right? Yeah, so apply this mirror. And now let's try to smart UV project. Let's see what the smart UV project gets. Okay, you got a pretty good stuff, I would say. But can we get better than this? Personally, I don't know. I'll tell you right away. And actually, let's go to solid mode. Undo the bevels for now. Well, not undo them, but click not to set them for now. And the reason we have to apply the modifier for cylinders especially, it's really mostly because we will do this on the middle, and because of the mirror modifier. Oh, there's something wrong here. I'm sure of it. So if we, I think there's an edge. Yeah, that's definitely an overlapping edge. Oh, right, that's true. Did it? No, it did not dissolve it, so just merge by distance, and it merged 16 vertices, which I will bet you were, yeah, were these ones. See? That's how they get you. I will be perfectly honest with you. I think I did not clip it, and because of it, when I mirrored it, I did not clip it. I probably moved the mesh, and that happened. And that's what will happen to you if you're not paying attention, like I did. All right, so as I was saying, if we don't apply the mirror, and when we do this, this will actually affect our body big time, and we don't really want that. So, Marxim, what I'm saying by it will affect it is because they will mirror the UVs, and right here it will look way uglier than it should. So, you to unwrap, and I would say we did a much better job than the UV projected. And here, it's not the greatest. The reason for it, well, basically the same as we had before. We need to do this. And I will bet you this right here, it's the same. And we also forgot to do this one. It's not another, no, it's not. Okay, we did forget to select it. I thought it's another overlapping geometry because that would have been a little funny. Um, and yeah, look at this. This looks good. As I said, UV project is really good, but sometimes, I mean, it has its limitations. It's good for some things, really, but I wouldn't trust it with everything. And this doesn't do a really good job. So yeah, we're not doing that. So no, let's not use the UV squares for this one. We don't need it. Anyway, that was just to basically help us out. Also, tip that I would give you guys is, look how beautiful that is. When you do the UV unwrapping, well, we'll talk about it a little later on when we'll actually bake, but you kind of want your islands to be optimized, right? What that means, you want these islands, or in our case, probably the islands of all the bodies, to basically, um, you know, be on on the whole plane, on the whole image texture. And the reason for it is that's how you are really optimizing the game, because if there's a lot of free space you're not using, that means really the textures could look better. I mean, if you have a really well-defined you know texture image, they will look much better. But if you don't actually use it, if you don't use the uh, image texture to its fullest potential, then that will not happen. And in my opinion, we should try not to do that. Because again, um, it's really important to optimize stuff, because things will just be smoother. The computer will use less of its GPU to basically compute every single thing you do. And I'm talking here a lot to the game developers, because you guys will definitely wanna, look at that way more closer than honestly anyone else, because you have to render in real time. So that's a drag, but also a really cool stuff. So I talked a lot and did nothing, did I? Just like the old times. This is a curve, so just select the UV test and give it to it. This here. Actually, I wanted to do one more thing to this, and yeah, you probably just hate me because that means, yes, we will actually model a little bit. So I'm sorry, but we need to. So here, we'll select this and make it a circle. I don't know if you enjoy making circles out of nowhere. I definitely do. So let's scale the circle down, which is not gonna look as a circle anymore, but we can pretend it will. And what we will do to it is just get it out there. On the Y, so we just I actually should have extruded the faces, but I'm kind of not too smart. So get back with this, kind of about the also let's do it kind of about here. I want to have this rounded kind of feel to it, and yeah, I really like that. I really want that to do. We'll need to actually, do that by ourselves because that's harder to do. These are curves, so we'll just UV test them. This here, if you ask me, this one shouldn't put us too much problems, right? I think it's mirrored. If I could also, oh, it's also a plane because we still didn't solidify it. Let's actually see that. Yeah, so we need to apply both the mirror and the solidify modifier for this, which we did. Perfect. A, U, and let's Smart UV project unwrap this, and it's not doing a good job. Again, we could try actually. I don't really think the UV squares will solve this. Sometimes they do solve it. As you can see, it does a good job on this side, and I think it would actually do pretty good. I think. This is not 100% or anything like that, but sorry, I just activated an add-on, which yes, we'll talk about later on. But yeah, this doesn't work. This doesn't work as intended, so we'll go back. Okay, I don't know why I'm pressing on everything, but what we actually need. Alright, go into the edge select mode, and let's do our trick again. So select sharp edges, and it just did it for us. Let's go to dash to have only this body in our viewport here. And again, choose a part, a side of it, which does not, god damn it, which does not incommodate us, right? So for me, it's this one right here. This is one I'm gonna choose. Right, this is pretty good. And Control E mark seam. Let's see if this does the job. And I did P, didn't I? All right. I don't know why I'm pressing only the wrong stuff. Well, I do know why a little bit. I'm a little bit pressured of time. I need to get somewhere pretty fast, and because of that, I'm kind of working against time here. So I'm constantly looking at my watch and also trying to be as careful as possible with it. So this doesn't help. Um, and this keeps getting away. Alright, let's see if there's something that we could help it with. I mean, it actually, let me actually put a UV test on and see how it would actually look. So besides this part, it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't have problems. Maybe a little bit here, I would say. I don't really love it. But other than that, yeah, it looks good. Okay. Yeah, alright. I can deal with that. One thing I'm wondering though, and actually let me synchronize them. Where is this? Is this upwards? Should this be here? Yeah, it's here. Alright. But why is that? Don't we have this one? So why didn't you sim it then? Is it? No, it's not overlapping with anything. This should have simmed. At least as far as my knowledge goes. Which either happened, but we don't see it. Either just really doesn't want to do it. And why if we do it now? Okay, so it does do it now, but I don't really want it to be like that. Alright, interesting. I don't understand why it's doing that. It's not a bad thing necessarily. I mean, it still looks okay, but I was just wondering. It's a little bit weird. I didn't really see that effect till now. Okay, so we have this as well. And also, we saw the cylinder here. Let's just, you know, we will not apply anything on it. I'm gonna be honest with you because we barely see it. So there's not really a reason to do so. And for this one, apparently we did destroy the faces, which is a good thing because we did not need those. And we also unwrap it like this, and that's pretty cool. This one now. First, actually, Control A, apply the scale. Apply also the rotation, and let's see. Oh, we have just a subdivision. All right. What will this do? And not a good job at all. Okay, so the Smart TV project, it's pretty cool, but for this kind of stuff, again, you can use it, but for like simple geometries. Don't overdo it with it. Personally, I don't really like to even use it too much because I know it's not doing a, I don't know, a good job. I think it's mostly more or less a background kind of tool. At least this is the way I see it, right? Like I do use it from time to time, but just for like um, background objects that are either really hard to notice or are not that important. So, but do as you please. I think it's important, not this one. I think it's important for you to try stuff out. Maybe it's actually working better for you. I don't know. But for me personally, I don't enjoy it. I think sometimes it's doing a great job. Sometimes it's actually amazing. And sometimes it's just ridiculous. I think it's doing a really bad. And this one doesn't work this time at all, honestly. I don't know what's wrong with it. But yeah, for now we're not gonna use it. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna give up on you for the time being, because apparently you don't help me out on this one. All right. It does work, and it's actually super cool tool. But yeah, not this time. Let me see if we clear this. Does this still look good? Does this stretch out? Because I don't. Yeah, okay. This one still looks pretty good, and I think it's doing a better job here. This one is a must sim. Unfortunately, yes, we will see it, but you know, and this one here, I mean, yes, it's kind of visible, but again, not from our angle. That's why I think it's important for you to know a little bit of where you want your bodies to be. Um, I usually, when I started, right, I was not thinking about that almost at all, really. Nowadays, though, I block out my scenes before I start them. And maybe some of you, I thought we did the clamps. Did we? It is on. Oh, we didn't just apply the material. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was saying. At the beginning, I was actually using a lot of the unwrap, and it was a drag, really. I mean, I wasted a lot of time because I was unwrapping, and afterwards, kind of trying to think where I want to put the bodies, and I was realizing, oh, um, I will not see. I will see the seam there, and I will see this problem here, and I will see this there, and uh, a lot of problems can arise from this because there will become kind of a problem because you either have to modify stuff or really to kind of modify your whole scene like the way you thought it, and that's not really cool because there are a lot of things you have to modify, which we talk like lighting, we talk well, environment assets, we talk uh, maybe volumetrics if you have any. We'll get to all those in a little bit of time, but what I'm saying is if you don't block out your scene in the beginning, and what blockout means, for those that don't know, I know I'm going on a tangent here. We kind of finished, by the way, with the bodies that we smart project. From now on, we basically just project the bodies. But what I'm trying to say here is, the blockout is basically you just put like, let me actually give you a good example. uh, we can take a cube, scale it a little bit and put it somewhere like this and say, okay, this is gonna be my train here. We're gonna make like a train station behind. And for the original train that I actually did, and for the whole scene there, I had it blocked out before I started. I knew where the camera was. I had the animation done beforehand with the blockouts. And if you will search any animation Studio's workflow, you'll see that all of them do it this exact way. They first do the blockouts and animate it to kind of see where and how everything will look, and then adjust the camera and stuff like that. Maybe afterwards, actually, they will put like simplified versions of the assets. So, for example, simple characters to kind of just, make an idea of how it will look, how the light will affect them, and stuff like that. And barely at the end, they will actually add the whole effects. They will add the, improved models and so on and so forth. So that's why it's important to understand what blockout is, and it's important to kind of, use it in your scenes. Also, I kind of like, so apparently we can do a smart UV project for this one, or at least I think we can. It's pretty simple, buddy. I think it should be okay. Let's apply the scale and the rotation first, and apply the mirror. Okay, perfect. That's pretty cool. Use smart UV project, and uh, again, not the best. I'm not the happiest with this one. But let's see actually what's gonna happen with the UVs. If the UVs are good, I'm not gonna bother with this one too much. And I hate it here. I don't understand why Blender chose that side to be, well, anything really. Alright, so you know what that means? We'll project this one. We'll unwrap this one by hand. Um, Actually, let me dash it. Alright, something like that should do. And also like these two here to kind of cut it. Control E, mark seam, and let's see what we get. Already much better than, and actually, come on, please, you have to work on this one. Really? A little better, but no, no thanks. Alright, so this one now looks actually good. UV, material, UV test. Oh, and here it's still on that. And oh, he's doing that because, alright, I got you. I think it's because of this. So if we move this, you'll see that actually goes with it. So it's this edge. If we deselect it, it's actually gonna look a little better. Huh, even though it's a triangle. How about that? Should we do that? I think it's gonna be a little harder afterwards. Oh wait, does it look better after we... No. Okay, we leave them. Definitely leave them. Alright, UV unwrapping now. And yeah, anyway, this is pretty good. For what we need, this is gonna do the job. Why is that there? Oh, because we need it. Okay, yeah, I got a little bit. Okay, yeah, this one. No, it looks really good to the camera. It's fine. Super fine. Does this work? Do you guys think this will actually work for the smart? This is a good test. So smart UV should do a good job about. Yeah, yeah, I think it actually did more than good. Basically, it does amazing with what's rectangleish, and oh, I think I I overpraised it a little too much there. Yeah, no, we're not gonna use that. Basically, the Smart TV project, right? The way I understood it, at least, it's doing pretty well with rectangle-ish and again simple shaped bodies. This is not exactly complex, right? It's not that hard, but it's still a little hard for it. Anyway, this is not the full power of the Smart UV. I use it, I think, honestly, like a noob. Again, you can increase the margin between the islands. You can also have the angle limit. So if you increase the angle limit, or if you decrease it, that will affect. So let's actually put it like, I don't know, 90. I don't know how much this will affect it. And it affected, that's for sure. I honestly don't think this is gonna do too good. But no, it doesn't. Absolutely at all. But, you know, again, I don't really use it so often. And for what I use it, the default version with, 66 degrees works for me. So there's that. So let's save. And yeah, we now have to just, unwrap everything by hand, which is going to be fun. But it's also going to be a really good way for us to learn how to do this. And with that being said, this is gonna be the end of our clip. Because it's been already kind of 40 minutes, so I think this is more than enough for now. We've been a little stumbled by the by the errors that we had, but that's okay. That's a good way for us to see how to fix such things, and also a little bit of a training for myself as well as for you. So, please, thank you actually for sticking around till the end of this video, and please, if you so like, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and leave a comment with your opinion or maybe, I don't know, other questions. So this is kind of it, and I wish you guys an amazing weekend and an amazing all throughout day. Stay safe and see you tomorrow in the next video.